Well, hello everyone. I'm back again today. I had time to do the Ginetta Cup, week 2 Ginetta Cup. My name is Mike Molesky. Sorry I couldn't get on the eSENIORS YouTube channel, so I streamed it from my own channel. Let me get the sound up here for the game. Give me a little note for the few people who are watching. Who's watching today? There's a couple, at least Mark. The other person is me. So Mark, tell me how the sound levels are. That'd be great. Had some time today, so I thought I'd do this since we had technical problems on the. Oops, I got the wrong screen up there already. Hold on here. Get rid of that one. And there's the game. What I had up there actually was the race control, and showed you the practice time laps. As usual, I see. Peter is Wolf Schleiner is leading the pack. Let me put the leaderboard up there. That is the practice time leaderboard, and we should be starting quali in 3.3 minutes and 42 seconds. Take a quick peek at the chat. I don't know if Mark's still watching or can hear, but I'm hoping I've got the volume going. Night race today in Imola. Interesting, very cool track temperatures. As you can see on the screen, 13 degrees ambient, 13 degrees track. I had only a little bit of a chance to play around with my own GT3 tire settings. A little bit of a challenge getting the tires warm. That's going to be interesting to see how that goes today. Big 31 people so far in the on the practice run, so that's a nice number for a great race. We'll see how that goes. Mark, if you can hear me, Mark, please tell me whether the stream is going on. I was asking you whether I got the annoying music going, because I thought I had some music set up for the stream. I'm hoping we're getting volume. Mute the intro video. Yeah, I did that. You're getting Mark. You're getting my my voice. Intro video is. I should have everything going good. So yeah, just waiting for some confirmation on the stream that I'm getting my voice through. No game volume. I can turn that up a little bit. All right, so somebody said got it. Sounds good. Minute to go. Turn the game volume up a little bit. That should be better. Just make sure I watch the chat a little bit. I can hear the game. There we go. All right, so I should be good. Yeah, looking at the board there. Mr. Cooper in second place. I don't recognize that name. Let's see what his first name is, just since he's got a good time. Maybe be talking about him. Mark. Maybe that's just me not recognizing his name. Who have we got today? I know Mark is out of town, so he's not racing. Jeremy's in. Don Queen is in. Mr. Harvey's in. Peterson's in. Throwbridge. So lots of regular names. Schmidt. Looking down the leaderboard a little bit. Andy Skeleton. Andy, you got the right car this week. Sorry for the Ginetta Cup. Next time I do it, I'll make sure I get the sponsors put on the screen somehow. Take a look at their logos. Sponsored by PWS and Aqua. I forget the other name, to be honest, right now. It was Aqua something. We'll get those up there since they're nice enough to sponsor the Ginetta Cup. And we all love getting sponsorship, and there's some sort of prize. I see Jonathan Wood and James Bourne are also, or Chris Bourne are also in the stream. So lots of good names. It'll be interesting. We're finished the pre-practice, and first order of business with the issue of the week was making room for qualifying. 31's not too bad. We're going to get up into the 40s. A little bit tougher to make room, and a little bit tougher on Imola. It's a shorter track. So let's see how qualifying goes today. Syndeo, Aqua Green, and PWS are our sponsors. Thank you, Mark. I will get their logos up on the stream next time.
Green light, go, go, go.
Okay, here we go. We are in business. And make sure I get the drive here. Come on, Mike. There we go. Let's see if I can find out who is got the first out first. Looks like Don. Let's see if Don is the first guy out. Nope, he is not. There we go. Yes, it is. Mr. Wolfschleiner is the first guy out in terms of getting out there for on track. Gonna have to experiment with the cameras a little bit. See here, we get the right camera for this nighttime race. Making another little quick look at the video, at the stream here to make sure everything is good. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna concentrate now on watching the race. So it's going to be interesting to see how well people do on their second laps in terms of getting their tires warm. It's a cold temperature. I don't think we've raced in 12-degree weather before. 12 degrees C for you American folks. That's a little colder than normal. It's probably in, if I had to take a guess, I'd say upper 50s Fahrenheit. And I wonder how that's going to work out during the race also in terms of how the tires are going to stay in terms of pressure-wise during the whole race. They're still following Peter here. And we'll see how he does on his first out lap. And looking at the map there is not too much bunching. There's a little bit of space in front of Peter, but there's a few gaps there. I know there was some discussion about whether one should try staying out for the whole 20 minutes of qualifying or trying to do 2 stints with a little bit less fuel. I'm personally usually stay out the whole time, but then it was in the old 15-minute days. Now that it's 20, you have a little bit more time to try 2 stints, and it does give you an opportunity if you end up in a bad spot in terms of congestion, that you can look for a little bit more room. But Peter is about to, let me see where he is on the track. He is on his, that's true, it's a very short lap. So Peter's on his first, he'll be posting the first time to aim for in this Ginetta Cup. Didn't get a chance. I was not panicking, but I didn't have much time to prepare here, so I did take a look at the standings. If things get boring, I might just jump over into the stream into the internet to take a quick peek to see what the standings were. All right, maybe I'll try the chase cam. Somebody suggested trying the chase cam, but let's see here. I can cycle. I really don't have access to the chase cam, unfortunately. I don't have access to the chase cam on the controls that I am using, so I have to stick with these guys. And has Peter posted a time yet? No, he has not. So I don't know if he had a issue there in terms of. Here he comes now. This is going to be his time. Yes, it is 1:53. That's pretty good. Bird is toasted a time, second time 1:54.4. I'm going to put up the. See what the basic HUD shows us. Oh, that just shows you gaps. So I'm going to have to tell you guys what all the postings are. Go back to the timing tower there. So there's the timing tower. Newton is in second place now with a 1:54.23. Terry's in fourth with a 1:54.8. So we'll just keep watching the new board here and seeing there's new. So Throwbridge has the best sector 1 time by just a hair over Peter. Peter has got the best sector 2, and way down in 5th place, Mr. Condron has the best sector 3 by at least 1/10 of a second. So there's a few statistics you can chew on for a bit while things settle down. See how else we got in the top. Neil's up there in 4th place. Getting a little congestion here. I'm going to take a peek down lower here to see what kind of congestion. There's some congestion. But a lot of gaps on the short track still. Let's see who's got a great lap. Oh, Throwbridge has got a great lap going. He's a second up on his time. That should bring him up there in the top 3. Let's just follow Terry around a little bit. He's coming up on the last corner here, so let's just watch him and see how he climbs. Who else has got a good time going? Bywater's got a good time going. Also should jump up quite a few spots. Here comes Terry. Let's see what he does. 8th place at the moment, and he jumps into, not quite at the start-finish line just yet. And here he comes. 5th place. Nice. Chris Bourne is jumping into 2nd place, and he is improving on his time. At the moment, he is half a second up on his 2nd place time. That will not quite get him into 1st place. Right now, Peter Orschleiner is in first as hot pole position with 151.9. Chris is got 2nd place at 153 flat. And Mr. Christopher is in 3rd for the last podium spot at 153.2. But Chris is improving on his time. Will not jump him onto pole, but should give him a bit more leeway into 2nd place. And let's see who else has got a good time going. Mr. Newton has got a good time going. Mr. Newton is 7/10 of a second up on his previous time. Let's just follow him in the cockpit for a little bit. Just for fun, so watch the cockpit view. And he has got the best improvement going right now. Let's see if he can hold it together through the last few corners. Somebody else who will probably move up the leaderboard is Mr. Bailey. He's half a second up on his time, which should get him into 2 or 3 spots better. A little bit of traffic here, but everybody's moving out of the way. Here he comes. Mr. Newton will jump up at least a couple of spots. There he is in 4th place. Nice job. Let's see who else is getting some good times. And Don Queen, down in 4th. Group 2 leader in GT3. Let's follow with Don for a bit. He is up a 1.5 on his time. That'll bring him up into the top 10 nicely. And he is coming around the last few corners. That traffic should not bother him. He's got lots of room anywhere. I'm going to predict he is going to jump into about 5th or 6th place. I math quickly. comes nice close to the wall there. And in 6th place. Not bad, not bad. Let's see who else has got some good times going. Peter is improving on his time slightly. Nobody in the top 10 at the moment is improving their time. Laszlo, I believe it's Laszlo Nemeth. He's halfway through his lap. He is up by 0.6 of a second. So let's follow him for a bit. He's got the best time going right now with half the qualifying going. A few people in the pits. Don's in the pits. I know he likes to do 2 stints. He was telling me that earlier in the week. So let's follow Laszlo here. Learning people's first names. Laszlo still, he's gaining time. He's 0.8 of a second up. Last corner here, so he should have lots of room. Traffic's not going to bother him. And that should bring him up to probably close to 10th place, 10th or 11th. Let's see how he does. He's got it still going. Oh, he lost it on the last corner somehow. Flat. So he did not improve. Lost it on that last corner. Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper's first name is Mark. Mark Cooper has got a good improvement. He's half a second up on his time, which would jump him into about 5th or 6th place. I'll follow here. Little bit of congestion. And that player passed that player fairly well. Did it affect his time? Yeah, it did affect his time. He's only up 12 1/100ths of a second. Mark Christopher is up 1/4 of a second. That would almost get him into 3rd place. Let's see him push to the finish here. Well, let's go back to Cooper. Cooper's regained 1/4 of a second on his time. It will improve him a couple of spaces at least. Should end up in 7th. There we go, in 7th. And Mark Christopher is almost 1/4 of a second up on his time. That will be very close to getting him into 3rd place. So let's just follow that, see how he does in the last corner. I'll keep you. Oh yeah, he gained some time there. He's almost half a second up now. If he can maintain it through that last corner. I don't know how hard he's pushing. Let's watch. Oh, he's pushing pretty hard. He held it together. Give it a good exit. Yes, he maintained his speed there. Dropped 2. He lost 0.2 of a second, but he's still up by 1/4 of a second. That will still get him into 3rd place. Oh no, and he lost a little bit on that exit. Oh no, he's not going to make it into. Yeah, that's going to keep him in 4th place. Neil is got a good lap going. In 3rd place. He's up 1/2 a second. That will not get him into 2nd place. So I'll just go down the board here for you guys who cannot see. Actually, I'll maybe just quickly show it to you while I say it. I'm not sure if it can be read, but there it is. So our leader and pole position holder, Peter Webschleiner, at 1:51.89. Chris Bourne is a gap of 0.2 seconds, 1/4 of a second at 1:52.13. Neil Bywater is a second down on the leader at 1:52.9. So that's our top 3 right now. And nobody in that top 3 is gaining too much, but Mr. Wood, Jonathan has got a good lap going. Let's just follow on he can. And he is currently up 1/2 a second, which would put him into, that will bring him up into 4th or 5th. Let's see if he can maintain it through the last ending, last part of his lap. Still up 1/2 a second. Is currently in 10th. He's going to move up to 6th. Nice job, Jonathan. All right, what do we got going here? Mr. Cooper, Mark Cooper. He is... just go into the cockpit. Mr. Cooper's half a second on his time. That'll jump him into the top 6. No, he lost it there somehow. Went off track. Who's got something going here? Everybody is still not doing too well in terms of improving on times. Howells has got a good lap going. He's up a 2.25 right now. He's in 20th place. That will bring him up into, lost a little bit there. Fourth flat at the moment is his pace. That'll bring him up to 13th or 14th. Let's see if Steven can hold it together for the last part of this lap. Up a half a second at the moment. Maintaining so far. He's got still a half a second. Let's see how he does on the exit. Got a good exit. He's still up a half a second, so he should move up the ladder. Watch that. 5 minutes left in qualifying. So 20th place to, I'm predicting, about 15th. 15th. Oh, what an announcer got it right. I can do math, I guess. Can't drive, but I can do math. Laszlo's got a good time going. Ooh, he lost it a little bit there. Announcer's curse. He had a half a second. Now he's down to 35 100ths of a second over his best lap. Maintaining that could bring him into, I had a prediction, about 14th place. Let's watch that for a little while I look up the board for when he's doing any better. Peter is not improving his best time, but he's maintaining. He's pumping those 151 and change laps out lap after lap, so he's going to be the one to beat here, I think. I'm going to try getting stream the chat line on here. I'm going to go back to that. Give me a second here. If something happens, I won't see it. There we go. Oh shit, sorry guys, your timing screen's still up there. Good thing I went on there. Sorry about that. There we go. See, I don't have as many screens as Mark, so I can't see everything at once. So you should be getting your timing screen back, or your track back any second now. Sorry about that. I went back into the chat. Anyway, you were listening to at least you were listening to the chatter, of my chatter. Let's see what I missed here. So our podium so far, 3 minutes left in qualifying. It's still Peter, Chris Bourne, and Bywater. Bywater is improving his time. Ooh, let's jump on with Bywater. He is up about 0.2 of a second, and that might that's going to be very close for third place. Let's see if he can keep that going. He lost a little bit there. He has dropped that 1/4 of a second. He's just matching his pace at the moment. Looking down the board here. I got a hurrah there. Getting to see the action here, I guess. Stephen Howells. He's got a bit of a good lap going. We held the cam for a little while. Steven is not quite matching. He's just matching his pace. The best improvement right now is Laszlo. Laszlo is in 14th. He is up 36 100ths right now. Oh, and up front, Derek Bird is making a bit of a play for... Oh, no, sorry, not that. Derek's actually got a good time going. He is making a play to jump up one spot. But Laszlo just lost his improvement there in the last little bit. Let's go to... Who's got something going here? Gary's got something going. Back to TV cam. Terry is up 33, quarter of a second, half a second now. Oh, huge improvement. He had a great exit there. He is up 7/10 of a second. That is going to jump him up the leaderboard substantially. He might just jump up into 5th or 6th place if he can hold on to it through this corner. He is maintaining it right now. Another guy climbing a little bit is Don's having a good lap. Let's just watch Terry here. He is improving much on his time. I am predicting a 5th place here for this lap. And he just did jump into 5th place. Great job. Who else has got something going? Becca has got a good time going. It's early in his lap, so we'll come back to that in a minute. Neil is coming into the last corner. He is up 31 hundredths of a second. Ooh, he went a little wide there, looked like, but he maintained his speed. No, he lost a little bit, 0.27. Down to 0.27, 0.24. So we got a bit of a miss on that one, but he's still going to improve. And he jumps into 2nd place. Nice, nice, nice. My math was a bit wrong. I didn't think he was going to jump up that high. I'm glad we caught that. And Chris Bourne is going to be actually, oh, Chris went off. He had a good lap going. He would have jumped back into 2nd place there if he could have kept that one going. Derek Bird's got a good lap going. It's early in his lap. We'll have to watch that one, see if he can maintain. This is his last lap. It's everybody's last lap. Yeah, so Chris, or Derek, I should say, he is up half a second. That is going to jump him into the top 5 for sure, if you can maintain it. Who else is still on track here with some kind of improvements going? Don Harvey should improve. Mr. Newton is going to improve on his time and going to jump up from the last row there. He'll be better than that. So we've got Jonathan, who is a half a second up right now. That he'll jump him up quite a bit to the 52s for sure. 52.7. That should get him into 4th place. And Derek. So let's see how Jonathan does. And the last one behind him is Derek. And he's going to improve also, I think. Oh, Jonathan. Oh, there we go. Jonathan did not get the time in, did it? Just drop. Session ended. Didn't let him finish his last lap. Anyway, interesting. So, this is the leaderboard. Peter, pole position again over Neil Bywater by 0.2 seconds, a quarter of a second, and Chris Bourne by a quarter of a second. So those two are very close together. Very close together, like 3 1,000ths of a second. Ah, nice. Mr. Cooper in 5th with that time. Throwbridge next. Newton, Christopher, Wood. I'm just going to go down here. Board. Wood, Peterson, Lorem. Don Queen is in 12th. Mr. Harvey is in 13th. Said Doug Harvey. That's a goalie for hockey. Mr. Hodgkinson in 15th. Hopkins in 14th. Hopkins in 15th. Laszlo Nemeth in 16th. Mr. Winton in 17th. Howells in 19th. Jeremy Arobas in 20th. Mr. Sparla in 21st. Condron in 20th. Shannon in 23rd. Mr. Sauvage in 23rd. Mr. Sauvage in 24th. Mr. Ayers 25th. Eric Langlois in 26th. Ken Schmidt in 27th. Torrance in 28th. Andy Skelton 29th. Mr. Wilson in 30th. And Mr. Evans in 31st. Mr. Newton in 32nd. And another Newton in 33rd. And Murch did not get a time. All right. Oh. I am not going to attempt a track walk because that's what screwed us up. We believe, Mark and I believe, in the last stream. Let's just wait for the time here going. Not ready to jump in just yet. Waiting in the waiting in this no man's land. Seem to lose my mouse occasionally here. Be ready when it starts. I can start now, I believe. There we go. There's the leaderboard. Let's go to Helicam. Should mumble into the microphone. You guys don't have to listen to this stuff. Oh, Helicam's terrible on this. And this is the view. Oh, both of them are back views. We will follow along. In about 5th place here for the start. So, how did everybody on the stream? 34 person. Let's see what we got on the stream going here. I guess. How did you guys find practicing on this cold track? I'm sure everybody's practiced a little bit so far. Which view do you guys prefer? Like I said, I don't have the view that I would like from somebody suggested the chase view. I didn't quite have access to that one. I know I use the cockpit view a lot. I'm not sure if everybody likes that view. I certainly like to use it when we're in a battle. Mark likes to use the wing once in a while. I keep forgetting to try that one. I will try that one more. Yeah, I don't want to try a grid walk, Mike or Mark, since that screwed us up. We'll try that some other. Here we go. See if the Helicam gives us a half decent view. I'm following along with Throwbridge here. Quickly take some view. There's a view. I'll switch to Helicam when we go around the first corner. Isn't that a nice view with all those lights? All the same liveries at the moment. Along with Terry, about 5th place, so that we can see everybody. Fall down a little bit further. That's a nice view. And a few more down. And now we're going to go back up to 5th place and we can. Nice spacing here. At the start. Everybody's bumping into each other right now. Should be going green soon.
Green light, go, go,
There we go. Green light, green light, green light. Ginetta Week 2 Championship. Ginetta Cup Championship. And everybody's maintaining their positions in the starting 5. Nothing too much going on here yet. Let's just watch it through the first corner. First chicane. Everything looks good so far. Nice clean start, everyone. Haven't seen anybody even trading paint. There's the tail end. Very good. Let's see what's going on up front. Oh, there's somebody went off. There's off on his own. That was Mr. Newton. Here's the front. Peterson and Chris are already making a bit of a gap. There's Terry. There's a little bit of a battle. Everybody pushing a little hard. Pushing a little hard. There's Howells and Bailey battling it out. And let's go to Chris here. And we'll go into his cockpit, see how close he is. There he is. That's the front runner up front. Let's go back. There's and Christopher is trying to give it. Cooper is trying to get Bywater spit. There's another battle. go down through the grid here, see what it looks like from everybody's drive, all the drivers' point of view. There's one. There's one. See the helicam? All right, we'll go back to the top, see what's going on. There's Neil. And Chris and Peter are staying half a second apart. Derek is making a play on Terry. And let's see what else further down. There's a lot of close racing further down the piece here. I see any yellow flag, so I'm going to stick with this one for a little bit. Everybody's on track. I think there was one person went off. He's falling back a little bit. So let me try and find a better bat. Oh, Mr. Harvey and Mr. Hodgson. Here's a big grouping of cars. Again, all within a quarter second of each other. This is the classic Ginetta race. Everybody is pretty evenly matched. Going way down the board here. Mr. Torrance, here's a little battle of 5 cars. I think we're going to be, watch up ahead there. Who is that? Is that Skeleton or Panam? That is Merch on Mr. Sauvage. Let's watch this one. Looks like Merch has some pace. And he looks like he's trying to get by. He's got some momentum. Watch it, very close. Oh, he's got the inside. He's got the inside. He's got the inside. Is he going to keep it stick? Sauvage going around the outside, giving each other great space. I love this view. Helicam's nice and tight in this part of the track. We're down here in 27th place, I know, but it's fun to watch this kind of battle. So, oh yes, Merch had made that stick. Let's go back up to the top to see what's going on. Chris is still hanging in there with Peter. I hope that works. And Jonathan Wood and Derek Bird and Throwbridge are a little bit of a grouping here. So we're looking at that. Don Harvey and Hodgson are still at it. Looks like Harvey is going to make a play here. Got the inside, trying to get the inside. He's going to push. No, he didn't push too hard. Oh, Hodgson went wide. Oh, they didn't touch each other. Hodgson passed, and he might lose another one with, I think that's Laszlo. Oh, he held it together long enough to maintain his position. So I think that was pretty nice racing. Let's see what else we got going on here. Eric is, oh, here's a nice grouping. For the cockpit. And it's still a nice grouping there up in 4th, 5th, and 6th. Derek and Throwbridge are right at it, and Jonathan is not far behind. Jonathan looks like he has some great pace. And it's going to be a battle. Chris Bourne has actually made up some time on Peterson here. Let's watch that. He was behind by half a second, and now he was right up behind him. Either he got a great exit somehow, or Peter made a bit of a mistake. So it's nice to see Chris maintain pace with Peter. Peter's not going to run away with it today, as he has. They both have a 5-second lead over. I'll go to the gaps here for a bit. You guys can see the same gaps that I'm seeing. And take a look here. Chris has the best, fastest lap at 1:52.1, and Peter's best lap is 1:52.5. So by 0.4 of a second. So when we saw that gap being closed, that was totally Chris making up time somewhere. So this is going to be interesting. Oh, Wood and there's off here. We'll see what happens. We'll go back 30 seconds to see what went on there. Just happened to peek and see that yellow flag. So we are on board with Chris Wood. And something happened there. There was some white flags or yellow flags. I went back 30 seconds just to make sure I caught the incident. Hopefully I'm going to catch it. Oh, Wood just touched That was Christopher, I think. Well, maybe not. I'm looking at the leaderboard. So there it was Wood. Yes, it was Wood and Christopher. And Wood, he waited for Christopher to come back because they're in the same position that they were in. Go back to Chris Bourne and Peter. And let's take a look at what Peter's doing in terms of... Oh, they both went over those sausages. Yeah, just take those sausages quite well. I'm not checking that. But this is going to be a battle the whole way through, I think. Oh, let's see. Terry Throwbridge is giving Don a hard time. Oh, and somebody behind him coming up. Take a look. Who is that? What can I find? Oh, lots of action there. I don't know who's who because it's pretty hard to tell. I'm going to go back a couple here. It's Harvey, Peterson, and Hodgson. That was a lot. There was a lot of action there. That corner. Maybe I will try going back 15 seconds here and take a look at that. If I can find the right guy. Didn't go back far enough. Oh well, sorry guys. We'll wait out that 15 seconds before we can go back to live action. And just looking here is a close battle we haven't talked about. Laszlo, Hodgson, Peterson, and Wood. This is what we're looking at up front. Peterson here, and not too far back. And 16th is Hobson and Bailey. So this is a train of at least, if I go back here, and way back to 21st, it's a train of a lot of cars here, all within a few seconds of each other, or a few hundredths of a second of each other. Lots of action. Just got to try and catch it as it happens. Here is Wood on Harvey. Jonathan really trying to get through here. You can see from the screen he's up a quarter of a second on his best lap. Eye on the podium there. Chris has fallen back by a second somehow. Still has the fastest lap, so maybe he made a slight mistake. Telling me that his development is going on well. He's got somebody else working on it, so that's good. I will be happy. I like this. The restrictions I have on the software that I'm using. TV1, Mike. I'm suggesting going to TV1. Okay. Look at that train of cars. Okay, let's go back to see what's going on. Well, Neil Bywater is half a second behind Mr. Cooper, who's in third place. So TV1 must be Mark's favorite TV screen. Look, this is what Neil's looking at in terms of his view. Oh, I'm going to go to Mark's favorite, the wing view, with Bourne trying to chase down Cooper. Oh, Doug Harvey is right up Trowbridge's tail, and Harvey's got somebody hot on his tail also. That is Jonathan still. Jonathan is really trying hard to get by him. Just watch that for a few seconds. Take a peek further down the piece. Here's a big train of cars. Mr. Bailey, he's got Stephen up his tail quite a bit, not very far behind the other two, Hopkins and Winton. Oh, Howells is trying to make a pass here. Gonna make it stick. Let's just watch it. Side by side. Oh, he's trying hard. He went over the sausage. That might have cost him. That's Hopkins behind him. Let's go back one. See what Steven is going to make. Side by side again. A little bit of paint trading. Let's keep it together, boys. That's Hopkins on the right, I believe. Yes, no, it isn't. Yes, it is. Hopkins, I just saw it on the screen. Oh, and he went a little bit wide. Now he's going to lose 1-2 places. Ah, nice try, though. Nice aggressive driving. Nice aggressive driving. Let's see what's going on a little bit further up. Laszlo. That was a nice little catch. And what else we got here? Oh, we've got Mr. Wood still trying to get through here. And up ahead, Trowbridge is caught up with Don, and these guys were a little bit further up, so the Harvey and Wood have caught up to this pairing. Trowbridge still has not got by Don. And leaderboard-wise, something happened there, wide. Trying to make out who's who here. I think that's Trowbridge, and Don just kept it together, I believe. Yes. D-O-U, D-O-Q. Oh, look at this, look at this. Oh, hang on. Go back to. There we go. Keep watching us. These guys, they're all have slightly different paces, so the guys, there's some faster guys in behind some guys that aren't, or got different lines at least, and they're desperately trying to get by. There's Don, this is the front runner here. And Trowbridge, or Wood is behind him. Yeah, Jonathan, Jon, on his screen there. Jonathan trying hard to get around. So this is a quick grouping. Hodgson is still back here with Laszlo. And this grouping has gotten a little bit ahead of was looking away from the screen. Oh, there's some banging going on there. That is between Hodgson and lots of banging. Way too much banging. Way too much banging. Who is off? Hodgson is off. That's who I'm following. That was a little too much banging for my liking. That was Hodgson and Nemeth, I believe. I'm going to go back here and try to catch Hodgson and look at that. Go back 30 seconds to see how this all developed. Hodgson tried to pass, and then now there's just banging doors over and over, and then Hodgson loses out on it. So I don't like to see that. It's going around that high-speed, long chicane. We're gonna have to follow this through here a little bit. Hodgson probably lost 4 places after that, so I'm sure the stewards might have a little peek at that. Be easier to tell who was doing what when. You can slow it down and watch people's throttles and whatnot. We're on board here with Neil, who is still behind Laszlo at the moment. Going up the board here, just so you guys can see. There's the board. Cooper is Peter and Chris have opened up a 10-second lead over the 3rd place Cooper, and this is what Chris is looking at. That's Peter off in the distance. He's up by 3 seconds. So Peter is starting to pull away. And the next battle, everybody's got about at least a second gap until we get down to 11th here. So we must be looking at some back markers over here. Peterson on Wood. Let's just go look at Wood. That's Harvey ahead. Yes, it is. This grouping is there's Trowbridge up ahead here. Let's just see. Trowbridge and Don. So this grouping is fairly close together. But after that, after Peterson, there's a 2-second gap to Neil, as you can see on the board like I can. This is the closest battle up high in the leaderboard. You just go down here. Eric is coming up on Mr. Sauvage, and ahead of him is Mr. Torrance, I think. Yes. So that's one. A little bit further down, see some other names. Mr. Condron, who let's watch before I say too much. And let's go ahead here. That is Wilson on Evans. And Condron had a great lap, or a great qualifying, I thought I saw. Not sure why he's so far down the leaderboard. Oh, he's got some damage. Look at his hood. Yeah, he's got a big bump in his hood, so he had an accident at some point. An incident at some point, so he's definitely off his pace because of that. Maybe a little peek at the tower again, and go up the board a bit. Still 10th, 9th, and go all the way up to Dawn. This goes from 7th to 10th, these grouping of 4. It's quite a nice little battle. Oh, Dawn is making a little bit of a move there on Terry. See if he's going to make a move. He's just going in and out, trying to get by. And just can't get to Terry. Went a little wide. See if that helps. Oh, he's going to make a move. Tried to dive under. Not going to happen. So that was a bit too aggressive. I don't think he had that corner. Let's just go back up to Terry here. He did wait. So now Terry is sort of survived that. And he's up on Dawn. Terry did lose a position there. My board is just updated too. Yeah, Terry did, out of that action, did lose a little bit. His grouping now looks like this. This is on board with Neil. There's Harvey, Peterson, and Throwbridge ahead. Ooh, Peterson looks like or Don, I should say, he's making a move on Peterson. For the heli cam. Got the jump and another another bump. So Don is going to have to wait for Peterson there. Yes, he is. Good job. He's waited a little too long, I think. And now this grouping is reordered. We'll reorder in a second. Who's that behind now? That is Don Harvey making a move on Laszlo. Just follow this grouping for a while. Just a lot of action in this little grouping. Still okay on the stream. Not going too dramatically bad. I'm going to go and follow in the cockpit. Oh, maybe I'll do a wing cam for a change. So on board here with Peterson, that's Bywater behind him. We'll go back a little bit. This is a bit better. It's Harvey. That's Howell behind Harvey. Ahead. So this grouping is still Peterson, Harvey, Laszlo, and Stephen Howells. At the top of the pack, how are we doing for time? With 30 minutes left in the race. 9 minutes. Chris is still 7 seconds ahead of Peter, and Chris Bourne is 10 seconds ahead of third place podium occupier. He's 10 seconds up on Mr. Cooper, Mark Cooper. So this is spread out slightly. Look down the board here to see, Mr. Murch is making a move on Jeremy. Haven't seen Jeremy up today. Let's take a peek at this. Murch, gonna go to the helicam, watch this. Murch, this is a high-speed corner. Let's see who has the guts braking-wise. And he's got Jeremy. Oh, somebody's coming in from behind. That's Schmidt. He really came up on Jeremy there. Well, Jeremy let off on the throttle a little bit. Sometimes I think now that Mark has explained how the game works and how it interpolates, when you see something like that, sometimes it might be the game just jumping ahead. Let's watch Schmidt's battle with Jeremy. Looks like Murch went a little bit wide on that last one, lost a little bit of time. And behind him is Mr. Hopkins. So this is it. Oh, Hopkins just went wide. Is he going to make it? Yes, he does. Not sure where track limits are in this track. So he went a little bit wide and lost some time. And let's go down a little bit. Here we've still got our grouping of Harvey, Howells, and Nemeth. And actually Mark Christopher is making a play on Berg here. He's only a half a second down on him. There you can see the split, the gaps here for the top 5 players. And I'm not quite sure if Mark has been making time up on Berg. Watch that too closely. But we'll follow Christopher a little bit here to see if play for 4th place. Podium is holding steady. Top 10. Until we get down to 9th and 10th, is a bit of a battle going. But the top 10 are spread out quite a bit. I'll show you Neil. You can see some of the top 10 gaps. Neil's trying to make a play here to Trowbridge for 9th place, but those are the gaps that you see up ahead for guys in the top 10. Battle is still going on between and here for 12th, 13th, 14th. These guys, if there's somebody who is being held back a little bit by not being able to get past somebody and has better pace to try to make a play for top 10, they'll have to make a move pretty soon because the gap to top 10 for them is another couple of seconds, 2 or 3 seconds ahead of this pairing. Interesting to see how things go for the tire wear. I'll take a quick peek here, see who has Mr. Peter Wolfsteiner has got the fastest lap. With 151.92. I'm not quite sure how he does that since my screen shows that Chris Bourne has the best sectors for all three. I guess he didn't put the best sectors together in the same lap, but Peter has got 151.9 as his fastest lap of the race, and Chris is at 152.12, even though he has what would have happened here while I wasn't watching? Laszlo went wide. He's going to lose at least 1 and possibly 2 positions because of that. It's Bailey, I think, coming by him now. The helicam. Looks exciting. Yes, he's going to make that stick. So Bailey and him are still battling. We'll have 4 cars with the same livery. It's quite interesting. Watch the TV view for a while. We are on board with Bailey. And it's Laszlo ahead of him. Mr. Winton behind Bailey. This is definitely the closest grouping. Although Neil is in a battle with Throwbridge, who's not far from Don Queen again. So there is Neil. And there's Throwbridge. Oh, he just tried something there on Don and went wide. Is he going to lose another position to Neil? Who am I with here? There's Bywater in the middle. Saw a flash on the screen. I was looking for a blue flag. So we are on board with Neil. And that should be Don Queen ahead of him. Unless, let's just look here. Is Don? This is Don. That is Terry. And this is Bywater. Peterson's a little bit further behind. So this is Neil trying hard. Don lost a place there, I believe. And he's going to make a move there on Don. Is he going to make it stick? Don's got the red stripe. Yes, he is going to make it stick. So he's finally gotten by Don. Let's see if he does have more pace and pulls ahead of Don, or if it's just a battle amongst equals here. Ooh, Don's pushing a little hard. Let's go into his cockpit, see how his... This is Don. See how Don is pushing. You can usually tell people are pushing if they have to start working the steering wheel. It looks like Neil's pulling away a little bit. Through the chicane. Oh, he's working it hard. He is pushing. Don's got about 8/10 of a second gap on him now. So yeah, looks like Neil's going to be able to pull away here, and Terry is second ahead of Neil there. So let's see if Neil can make up some time now. He's losing a little bit there. So 1.2 now. So that is happening. I'm just going to go down with you. 20 minutes left here. I'll go down if we can. I'm going to go down the tower here, and this is Mr. Peterson in first place. He is 12 seconds ahead of the last back marker. There's Chris. He is working through some traffic now. I guess Terry has gone through some traffic already. Or Peter has gone through some traffic. So that's going to have an effect. Mr. Cooper is in third place. There's Derek Bird. Closely followed by Mark Christopher. So they have got a fairly big gap to any traffic. So this is going to be a battle between them on their own. Jonathan is 4 seconds back, but closely followed by Becca. Follow that one. We haven't seen Becca Lorem today too much. And it is Terry, who's 7 seconds back of Becca, but closely followed by Neil Bywater, as we were watching earlier. And Don is following a little bit further behind Neil. We're going to watch that. He's a second behind now. So if I use the term, Neil was being held back a little bit by Don. Peterson, ooh, somebody just went wide. There's Don Harvey. There's Don. And he's closely followed by Howells, who's making a move right here. That's as far down as I will go right now. Let's just keep watching some of these battles, because Christopher and Bird are in a pretty good battle, as well as this one. Quick peek at the chat while you guys are watching that. See if I can anybody yell at me in the chat to do something differently. Something okay. All right. Oh, let's see here. Howells is going to get. Has he got some pace? Take a quick. I want to go to the cockpit now. Oh no, just couldn't do it. Let's go to Don. We're watching here. Let's go to Don and watch his wing. Nope, we can get Don here. Here's Don. Oh, Howells lost quite a bit in that last few corners. Don's up a lot more than he was. They were right behind each other. Next battle down is Christopher on Bird. And further down here is Bailey on Winton. That's Bailey with the watch. Just as we got them there, either Winton had a little bit of a misstep on the exit of that curve, or Bailey got a great one, one or the other. Oh, Christopher and Bird are still battling. Looks like Christopher has some pace on Derek. Let's see how he does coming through here. Is he gets a good exit or not? The last corner, and can make up time going into the straight. Looks like Bird got a better exit there. These are spreading out quite a bit on the whole track here. A few battles within a second of each other. This is the closest one at the moment. That Ginetta certainly takes those sausages well, no bouncing at all. Whoa! Christopher lost it there. Stay on, don't hit the wall. So that's announcer's curse possibly there, because we were watching him and he went off and lost quite a bit of time. So let's just jump ahead here to Peterson, Queen, and Bywater. Now, something happened there. Neil must have had some problems because Don was about a second and a half behind, and now he is caught up to to Neil, and he's only just shy of a second behind him. So Don's making some time up on Neil, and up ahead there's some traffic. So we'll have to see how we get through the traffic. Maybe we'll stick with Don and Jorgen. Yes, it is Jorgen. That's how you pronounce it in visible language. Jorgen. It's Neil up ahead. This is Jorgen here. So Neil is. Whoa! Oh no! Oh no! Neil, we gotta go back and watch that. Neil was off the track. What happened there? I believe he was coming up to a back marker, and they just touched. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! That is a big event. Well, Neil dropped down to 16th place because of that. I couldn't quite see exactly what happened. Neil was trying to go through the inside, and now I believe Don is going to be leading this pack. So who's behind him? Yes, it is. Jorgen is behind him, and Don is behind Jorgen. So unfortunately, there was an unfortunate event due to traffic, and let me see. Going to be doing for traffic here. No, these three are going to be okay for traffic for a while. So that'll be another one for the Stewarts, as that affected the race quite a bit. For Neil dropped down from, I believe it was 10th, or no, sorry, 9th or 8th down to 16th because of that incident. Cam 2 for a bit. Following along here with Harvey. Don Queen and Don Harvey. And Howells is not. Howells is joining this little train, I believe. Let's just make sure. That's Howells. Let's see what number. I'm pretty sure that's Howells. The second back, so yep, Howells will be joining this little parade, this little party. Now let's just see who is. I'm going to go to cockpit. That helps me figure out who's who here. That's going to be the three, Peterson and Mr. Queen. Oh wait, yeah. And Howells not far behind. Let's just go to Helican here. TV1. This is the three guys. Just go one further ahead. And this is definitely the best battle on track right now. Oh, there's been an incident here. There's been an incident. Let's go back 30 seconds to make sure we caught it. We're on board here with Winton. That's Bailey, I believe, ahead of him. Hell we can. Yes. Oh, they came together. I'm not going to say that was for position or not. I'm not quite sure if it was. And that is number 5, I believe, did the right thing. Number 9, yep. So that was Winton. Did the right thing. He just stood there in the middle of the track so everybody could get a good way around him, even though he was right in the middle of the track. Go back to the Howells, this battle. Right in the middle of the track, even though he's in kind of an unsafe position, at least he gives everybody a chance of knowing what he's going to do. And everybody did get by him, so only the 2 cars involved were the 2 cars that touched. Ooh, there's some close racing. Who is that? We're following with Howell, so that is Nemeth. That's Laszlo behind. No. Oh. That was Howells and Harvey. Maybe some... they're changing position here that we missed. So we got Howells, Harvey. Peterson. Oops. Sorry. Peterson and Don. So that's the same... So it's the same grouping that we had a while ago. We have got 12 minutes left in the race. And Don has certainly got pace on Jorgen. I'd love to get by him. For 10th place. Make sure I'm not missing anything at the top of the pack. Just so you guys know, Peter Wolfschleiner is still in the first place. He now has another best lap of 1:51.87 and now has all best first sectors. So Don's making a play here. He's going to get a little draft. I don't think he's going to make it here. No, he's going to lay off. Just lay back a little bit. Trying to get momentum coming out of this corner, I think. Getting back to the top here. So Peter has a 13-second lead over Chris Bourne, who has a 15-second lead over Mr. Cooper, Mark, I believe, who has a 15-second lead over Derek Bird. So that's your top 4. This is certainly the best battle on track amongst 3 cars. 4 cars, the only one here, somebody we haven't seen in a while. Mr. Shannon Aaron, I believe, is on Mr. Sauvage. That is a close battle, really close battle. And looking at that HUD, they are 4 seconds ahead of Chris Bourne. So these 2 guys are battling for position. Oh, there was a bit of a skid. They're battling for position, and the leaders are going to be coming up behind them shortly as Chris is rapidly approaching. Oh, Shannon is really having trouble hanging it together. Oh, he is really trying hard. Let's see. Quickly get to the helicam. Is he going to get ahead? I think he does. Yes, he does. He made the pass. He was really working that throttle hard, or that steering wheel hard. No, he did not make it. Aaron was still behind Sauvage. So Sauvage made that stick. I'm going to go back and watch that one, if I can. I didn't go back far enough. Damn it. All right. So let this play through here. I'll also go up to Chris Bourne, who is approaching these guys traffic-wise. Let's just take a look at what Chris is looking at. See those 2 guys up ahead are battling, still battling. And is he going to have an effect? Get through it. He got through it. Oh, that was close. I'm sure Bourne had a brown moment there. Yeah, he's saying, let me pass. With his flashing lights. There he goes. Oh, Bourne could have been disastrous for Chris there in terms of losing his second position. But luckily, he slid wide and Chris was able to get through. So I'm glad I caught that action. Oh, that was close. Hate to see somebody's race ruined in the last 10 minutes. Chris made it through that traffic. back to our battle here. Looks like we're still okay with these three. A little bit of spacing between the back two guys, but Jorgen and Don are so Don's ahead of these guys again. Remember, Don was it Neil that was ahead of Don earlier? Don's in ninth place. He'll be happy with that, I think. And with the guys. Let me take a peek at colors. I wonder if the, Mark was able to keep these silver and white in terms of the groupings that people are in. I'll take a peek here. It looks like we do have that on the board here. Let me put the big board up for you. The white guys up there are Group 2, and the gray, and my panel it shows gray, are the white guys are Group 1, and the gray banner is Group 2. So that means in the Group 1 versus Group 2 battle race, Don is way ahead in 9th place. Next guy down is Jeremy in 18th place. So, Mark, if you can confirm that in the chat, that that is indeed the case. The battle within a battle, a race within a race here between Group 1 and Group 2. Don has a significant lead. However, Jeremy, let me just find Jeremy in the leaderboard here. Jeremy is right here. I'll give you his gaps. Jeremy is only a second ahead of Mr. Hopkins. There's Mr. Hopkins looking at Jeremy up ahead. Those two are battling for position within Group 2. And Kevin is quite far back there, 5 seconds back. But Hopkins and Jeremy are battling for position in the Group 2 bragging rights. And Don is way ahead of the two of them. Jonathan is caught up with Christopher. And does that Christopher just go off? Or was that a back marker? That looks like it was. Christopher has got a drive-through. Oh no, oh no, oh no. So Christopher got a drive-through right there. I don't know if he was going into the pits. I guess he was. He's now in the pits. That's why he didn't notice that was pit entry. So Christopher is going to drop back quite a bit. He was in 4th place. And currently he is in 8th and dropping back farther. So that battle is gone. Here is Hodgkins on Neil. Neil is 4 seconds back of Laszlo, and Laszlo howls. Laszlo's only his rival's up ahead here, 2 seconds behind. Howells is not very far behind Harvey. Harvey is not very far behind Peterson. And Peterson Jorgen is making a play here for 8th place. Everybody jumped up a notch because Christopher fell back. But this little pack of 4 cars, can't see that very well. There we go. This little pack of 4 cars is coming up on a back marker. So that might have an effect on this grouping. Let's see how they get through the traffic. I like to use the word traffic instead of back marker, maybe a little less nasty. So that number 29 we saw leading this little pack is the traffic that they're encountering. But Harvey is very close on Don's tail and not very far behind is Mr. Howells. Howells we know is a great driver also. So he's going to play into this picture, I am sure. So Jorgen, let's watch from Jorgen's point of view and from Howells. Oh, Howells, let's give it a little bit there on exit. A little bit of wheel slip. And now Don is coming up on the traffic. And let's see if the traffic guy Newton is not really letting him go. Let's by the first guy. It's one. Oops, that went back a little too far there. And he lets by Peterson. And he lets by Don. Now Don, there we go. That was Don is making a play. He's gonna make it stick. It's gonna go outside to inside. And he goes wide, so he's gonna lose some momentum there. All right, so we got by the traffic there without changing any positions. And let's go to Jorgen. Okay, and here we go. So we're still, let me look at the board here and see where our gaps are. Still the best track. Oh, here's one. Hopkins is now caught up with Jeremy. So this is a battle for second place, I believe, in Group 2 positioning. So we'll watch this one for a while. Oh, Howells is really hitting Harvey hard here. I'll watch Jeremy and Hopkins too. Jeremy, oh, Jeremy, oh, he tried to make a play there. Jeremy went a little bit wide. A little bit of a battle. Let's go back and watch that one, see how it developed. So it's Jeremy that's ahead at this point, and Hopkins behind him. They came very close to touching, very close to touching there. That could have been a disaster. But no harm done. We are on the final lap. All right. Let us quickly take a peek here. Here in the top. In the top 5, this is a battle for 4th and 5th in the final lap. I heard in my earphones it was the final lap. So this is a close one for 4th place. Looks like the podium is quite set. Everybody's got large gaps there, so I will not go through there. Quickly see the... This is definitely... Oh, we gotta try cutting the corner. That's not going to work. Wood is definitely pushing hard. I think that's going to be the end of that little battle. Over here, Howells on Harvey. Everybody knows this is the final lap. Harvey ahead there, so this 4 guys are battling. Let's see how Jeremy and Hopkins are doing. Jeremy and Hopkins are still at it, also knowing they know it's final lap. Halfway through the Peterson is halfway through the final lap there now. Going back to these 3 guys, there's Jonathan on Bird. Still fairly close. Trowbridge on Becca. That is also close for 7th, 6th, and 7th. So we got quite a few battles on this last lap here. And these 4 guys all battling for position. And way down a little bit more, Jeremy and Hopkins are still at it. So I'm not going to be able to follow all 4 of these guys. I think I'll follow Jonathan here. Fast approaching the final seconds of Peter's last lap. And jump ahead quickly to see him going over the finish line. And there is Peter going to the finish line. Nice job, Peter, as usual. This is Wood on Bird. He lost a little bit there, so I'm going to jump here to Trowbridge and Becca. And back here, Howells is right up Peterson's tail. Trowbridge too is making a push. And so is Howells. And actually Harvey is pushing Don. So half a lap left to go yet. For all 3 of these, we'll keep watching all 3. And Jonathan's fallen a little bit behind here. This is coming up to the straight, so that's going to be their finishing fourth and fifth. But there's a lot to be settled here. Oh, that Don went wide there, but I don't think he lost, and so did Harvey. Followed him along. The Howells. They're keeping it tight. Comes the where are we here? No, we're coming up to the last corner. Old Trowbridge and Becca. Here's the last corner. It's Becca. Their story is Terry going to pass him just at the finish. Oh, just almost a photo finish there. Here's Don and the two Dons and Howell. This is the straight, so this is how they're going to finish. Let's jump back here. There's one battle, a little bit Sparka. And where is Jeremy? Oh, something happened there. So Jeremy's that's Jeremy up in the foreground there. He is going to be finished. Oh, here's a little battle. Oh, that was a battle. Oh, they were finishing. Anyway, that's the end of it, I think. Everybody has got checkerboards on their screens now. Well, that was exciting as usual. The Ginetta race is always a lot of fun in terms of cars that are very well matched. And that was an exciting race as usual. I hope I caught most of the action and that you enjoyed the stream. Sorry, Mark, for not getting it on the eSENIORS screen. Maybe you can flip that one, my stream, over to that website at some point. Well, thanks again for listening, and I may have a chance to do the GT4 race later in the week. Bye now.